How you ease my mind. How you ease my
Dude, it's literally empty. The dog is eating his food and it's like, look at it, spotless. He's like eating like there's more in there. So I just wanted to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Walmart Plus, for sponsoring this video. It is currently Saturday and Hunter and I have just been having, you know, a mellow weekend day. And I just ordered some groceries. We're hanging out. We really want to cook brunch tomorrow at home, and since we moved to Nashville, every time we try to go out for brunch, it is like crazy. I think it's because it's such a touristy city. It is so difficult to get into any restaurant on the weekends, and so we've started just staying home on the weekends, especially for food, because it's kind of impossible to get in anywhere. So we were like, all right, let's make our breakfast burritos that we make every weekend, and we can just order the groceries to get delivered today, so that we don't need to like go out and about in like the traffic and everything. It just makes it so much easier. So I just ordered some grocery delivery from Walmart. We have the Walmart Plus membership, which is amazing. You get free same-day delivery from your local Walmart store with the membership. You have to do like a minimum requirement of $35, but that's usually pretty easy if you just need to get a few things for the house. You can also, what's really nice is get like things that you need for the house, because it's Walmart, so it's not just groceries. You can get paper towels, laundry detergent, literally like anything that you need. So show you what we got for burritos. This is how we make our famous breakfast burritos. We're gonna show you the exact breakdown because they are so good. They're the best Sunday breakfast, and the type of ingredients are really important. So what I love about Walmart is that they actually have like a lot of organic, high quality ingredients, organic meats, organic eggs, a lot of like really fresh stuff. So yeah, don't sleep on it. First of all, we've got organic pasture raised eggs. These are great. The yolks are nice and like yellow. These are our favorite brand of tortillas that you can also get at Walmart. I feel like they're like the most kind of authentic, and they're perfect for burrito size. We got some organic broccoli, which we're gonna add a little veggie in there. We also get this breakfast sausage, okay? We're getting the mild flavor. You can also get spicy, but we're gonna add hot sauce to ours. So the one in the casing like this is so good. And then we also are going to do white cheddar today. So we picked up some of that. I also got yellow cheddar just in case we wanted that. We use yellow cheddar a lot, so I just keep a block of it like in the fridge, but we're gonna try white cheddar today. And we're always kind of switching up the ingredients, but those are kind of the basics of what you need. And then we have hot sauce and everything. We'll show you guys the full breakdown tomorrow when we cook. So of course, all of the items that you see in store, it's gonna be the exact same prices. So there's not gonna be any markup for shopping through the app or anything. And they will literally just pick the closest Walmart to you. And the ingredients are picked fresh that day. So they're not pre-picked out for you. The shoppers literally like get your order and then they pick like the best, freshest ingredients to be delivered that day. So I think a lot of us shop at Walmart because we know that their prices are so low, especially with like food costs always varying and going up. They have tons of organic and really high quality options. So for your grocery delivery, make sure you check it out. We have a link below for you guys if you want to start a free trial with your Walmart Plus membership. You can try it out, see if you like it, and then after the free trial expires, it's like $98 a year, which I think is so worth it for not having to go to the grocery store. You can literally save yourself so much time. Or not even just groceries, honestly, anything. So paper towels, soap, tampons, like whatever you want to get, you can get through your Walmart Plus membership. So I'm gonna put all this stuff away, and yeah, we're gonna cook tomorrow morning, so we will show you guys the tutorial for our famous breakfast burritos. We're so excited.
All right, we already cooked the sausage and we cook them crispy, and we're actually gonna put them back in a little bit and chop them all up. Cooking the potatoes right now in the cast iron skillet, which is where the sausages were. cooking the eggs in this pan. We've been cooking them in more of a pot lately to slow cook them, and love it. Definitely recommend cooking it in a pot over a pan. It's like less surface area. It's perfect. All right, and then we got white cheddar cheese, and then some tortillas, and I'll show you us putting it all together.
Every time Dad's cooking, Booker sits like this at his legs, and it's so cute. And he also does it when we are prepping his food too. He just like cooks this in between your legs. It's so sweet. Potatoes a new addition this week. We had some leftovers from dinner, so we're using them. They were so good. So a little potato and sausage. Now we have white cheddar, which we're doing this week instead of yellow cheddar. I think that's gonna be a good call. And then some chopped up broccoli for some greens. We really need to do dishes after this. Oh yeah, and then Cholula. Wrap it all up. The Cholula is key. No, this is not for you to grab. It's not a fun bag, Mr. Sir. No, it's not. Give it back. Give it back. Although it's kind of phony watching you do it. I got to admit it's phony. I like the entertainment. No, Mr. Sir. Not for you. This is my laundry. For me and your dad. And we've worked very hard to accomplish this laundry room because neither of us really like to do it, so don't mess it up. Okay? I mean, he's in everything, Hunter. I mean, fully in the basket. New York. It's so funny. Booker is in everything, you guys. Like, everything. He is such a puppy right now. Like, he will literally grab anything that's on the ground. I mean, oh my gosh. It's crazy. Going to the park to see your friends like you do every evening. They can't wait till Mr. Booker gets there. Mr. Booker gets to the park. We're going to the park. We're going to the park, but we're going to the park. Yeah, we're going to the park. Yeah. Woo! Are you excited? I can see your collar. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go, Mr. Sir, and right here, and sit. Perfect. That's good. Good job. Don't be too squirmy. No one likes a squirmer. No one likes a squirmer warmer. Thank you so super much. Okay. You get Dad. Get Dad to go. Come on. Get him. You tell him to be done with work. Thank you so super much. We're going to the park, Mr. Sir. Are you calming? Yeah, you're coming.
Good morning, everyone.
It's Monday morning. Look at us. We're relaxed on a Monday morning. I know it's so unusual for us to be just going to grab coffee. Hunter just had his chiropractor appointment, so I went with him, and we're gonna grab a coffee and then go home. Just figured it'd be a nice little outing.
Sorry, my landscaper. Okay.
Oh, what did he say?
He's already home.
He's there? Mm-hmm. Of course he's there. The one time that we're gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he never hits us up. He never says I'm coming by at this time. He just shows up and dips out. I just had my I just had my chiropractor appointment. I go twice a week for adjustments, and then I go to Yeah, it's funny. Last video I said I've been going to the chiropractor because my back, and then people were like, "You should go to the chiropractor." It's
We're like, you missed it.
I go.
He has been going.
So I go to the chiropractor twice a week.
Yeah.
For adjustments, then X-rays, all that kind of stuff. And then I go to a separate acupuncturist once a week, and they do cupping and acupuncture and all that. The acupuncturist, she's like a well-known doctor, so I'm seeing a doctor for my back, obviously the chiropractor. So I'm getting like different opinions, different views, different methods from different professionals who are in the space. So just try to get it right. Actually, the acupuncturist that I go to, the doctor, and it turns out she's like really, really well known in the US, like across the board.
Oh, really?
And she's helped a lot of people who are struggling with infertility.
Wait, should we go get bully sticks really quick while we're here? Because we're out.
And if so, should we just go to this one coffee shop?
Maybe.
It's good.
Yeah, and we like it. Anyways, what I wanted to follow up with that conversation was about microdosing, but we could talk about that after. Like, I think a lot of people, I think it's becoming more common.
I think it's a newer thing. Because I think there's so much
stress
in our world today.
Do you think it's like, I think we're like, our society maybe is coming back around to like this sort of, how do we unwind, like let go, like a lot of people are under like, it's like, I think that hustle culture maybe created like a lot of stress and like things that people have to heal from now.
Well, you know what's weird? It's almost like a new type of stress that our world is going through, or like you know, like Western culture.
It's like you can't relax.
Because, no, but before the stresses, like back in the day, it was like survival.
I know.
Like survival is like keeping your family alive, like making sure I have fire and making sure I have enough food, or making sure that like I'm not getting attacked by someone, or you know, whatever. And now it's like stress that comes from like third-party first world things.
I know.
Social media.
100%.
Or
the identity crisis we were talking about, which is like finding who you are, really expressing yourself. Like, I think that we probably have like a shortage in a lot of like artistic categories because of social media, even though.
But it also does expand.
That's a loaded. It does. But if you let it get to you, then it can actually hinder you. So
totally,
it's very complicated.
It's bizarre.
It is, and you really gotta watch that, or you could get like taken. I think, I mean, just being pretty honest, I think I would definitely got a little lost in that for a minute, and I feel like I'm coming out of that.
Well, what's so crazy to hear you say that is I've always seen you as being someone that's been pretty good about not getting lost in it.
I know.
And so for you to say that, like, it makes me more concerned and worried about people who are actually truly lost, like even beyond what you would claim you were.
Right, like my level of that is probably, like for me, it's like extreme, but it's not in retrospect.
But like visibly from the outside, it never seemed like you were. Yeah. But there's people visibly who I see that like, oh, they're freaking lost in it. Totally. So like, what work do these people need to do? Or like, how is there like a come down where they have to like, or maybe they don't even want it fixed?
Sometimes you just like, can't see it for a while. Like you really have to like wake up and see it on your own.
But but when you see it, is it always seen as a bad thing? Or is it like, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, this is my life, whatever.
Yeah, but that's like, that's not right.
I think it's also a generational thing, because we lived in a world before the technology. Like, we kind of had like this half and half split. Yes. Life, at least up to this point, like the first 15 years of our life.
Yeah, I didn't get a phone till 8th grade.
Yeah, so we're 30. The first 15 years of our life, it was like climbing trees, playing outside, kind of old school. Yeah. Things that our parents would do when they were kids, right?
Totally.
Just being outside more. And then the last 15 years of our life, it's like the tech boom just continues to like exponentially increase, where it's really only what a lot of people know.
I know.
Like the generation below us.
I mean, the poor things. I feel terrible.
And then like the generation below that. like, we think our generations are different between like generation like Gen X, baby boomers, millennials, Gen Z. But think about like Gen Z to like the next 2 or 3 below them.
Oh my God.
It's a whole nother.
I don't know, but maybe we're gonna like loop back and like, you know, we're the millennials having babies. Like, what are our babies? Hopefully, are gonna be different because we're seeing the
We're
effects.
like cognizant of it.
Yeah. It's, I don't know though. I mean, shoot. I don't want my kid to be like, I want to give them a phone. I want them to feel like they're like the only person without a phone at school.
It's weird to think about the world we're living in, you know, like our reality.
Yeah.
It's slowly becoming more of like a virtual reality.
Yes.
And like, what will the world be like in another 10 years for like the next generation? Is it going to be one of those things where if they don't
correct it,
keep up with the time, like if they don't keep up with what's happening, like if they're not involved in virtual reality, they're kind of left behind?
I know. It's kind of like, well, do you live off the grid or not? You know what I mean?
It's not even off the grid.
But kind of like that. Like, it's like you choose whether you, that's like some people like delete social media. They're like, I'm not like participating in that life. That I don't want that in my life. I want to live here.
A ton of people that I've seen do that
I mean?
come back to it like 2 months later.
Which is fine.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But
it's almost hard, like, to, then you feel so disconnected from everybody.
And from the world of like,
I know.
what the world is today.
I know.
Like, that's what the world is today. Businesses are done through social media.
I know.
Like every business, restaurants, they rely on social media.
I know.
Hotels do, like, I mean, so many businesses do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what if for a week every single year, all the social media platforms made a pact that they're gonna turn their social media off for that 1 week? What would people do? You'd see people at the park.
I know. I know. That's why, like, you have to, like, make sure that your real life is like super full, and like you have to set boundaries, I think, with social, and like how much you're letting it affect you.
Well, it's also like it's important to have friends and family.
That's what I'm saying, like on the real ground, like real humans that you see, you connect with. And
totally.
I think that's what maybe social media has created a little bit of social anxiety, you know, because you start to like see all these things online, and then you maybe get nervous for these. I don't know where it comes from, but I feel like I used to have it, and I'm definitely like growing out of it, which feel really happy about. You guys know, if you used to follow our vlogs, I was like so much more introverted. I mean, not on the camera, like I feel comfortable talking, but Hunter would always like want to socialize and go out, and like it made me nervous.
She was like
and I didn't want to do it as much.
A little snail in her shell.
I was.
She was what's that snail's name? Marcel?
Marcel the Shell.
Marcel the Shell.
That was me.
You were Marcel the Shell.
I'm getting better. And it feels really good. I feel like that feels healthier to not be nervous to see people or interact. So, but it takes time, you know. I
posted on my stories the other day of, you know, about my back pain, about how it's probably stress related, and how I'm trying to do a better job of recognizing like where the stresses are in my life and balancing those things and working on myself to be a better individual, right? Yeah. And I got some messages that were people saying like, oh, you're struggling with mental health. Oh, you have problems, you have issues. And it's like, not one time did I say I have problems. Mental health is it's not, like if you're working on your mental health, that doesn't mean it's a struggle. Right. It means that you're just actually cognizant enough to paying attention. Pay attention and become a better person in that area. Just like you're paying attention to your diet or your physique, or your spiritual health, like we talked about in the last vlog. Mental health is like clearing stresses out of your life. Yeah. And it might be like clearing out a stress of, it can be so many categories. I want to take an extra hour off per day. I need to give myself some time to pull away from work. Yeah. And creating a balance there, like that's focusing on mental health. Yeah. It's not, oh, like that person has an issue. They're going crazy. No. And I think that's a thing in our world today, is that mental health is so tied to like, oh, that person's going insane.
Like or they're unstable.
Or they're unstable.
Yeah.
Rather than like, no, mental health. It's like almost needs a better word because mental health is kind of like tainted. You know what I mean?
I know, but it has this faux pas, like, oh my god, like, I think because when you talk about mental health, you have to show vulnerability, that maybe you are weak in an area, and people don't like to associate with that, so they're like, I'm fine, and it's like, you're burying.
But show that vulnerability, people are like, oh, that person's going off the deep end.
I know.
And it's like, no, they're just actually just saying what everyone wants to say, or what everyone's maybe thinking, or what people don't even realize they're feeling. And I think that's what I'm trying to do or show, is that I'm not perfect. I feel like I've been very fortunate in my life and very like blessed with opportunity, and a lot of things have lined up where things have gone right in my life, but that doesn't mean I'm a-okay and happy with everything that's going on in my life. Like, I still want to be a better individual. I still want to focus on bringing joy into our lives for both of us. It's not just about, oh, that person's done well, they've been successful, or they, like, what could they be sad about? Or, you know what I mean? Like, that's such a, but I say all that just to re-acknowledge or articulate in a better way, which is working on yourself is not a bad thing. It's a really good thing. And
so great. Makes you happy.
You've always been really good about like identifying things in your mind or in your life that are impacting you in certain ways, and I've been someone my whole life that just kind of like ignores it and moves on. And I think that's why now I'm like really unwrapping a lot of layers of like, okay, what can I be doing better here, or like, why did I decide to do this instead of that, or what opportunities do I want to go after moving forward that are actually me versus that like maybe make sense for our business. You know what I mean? Like, totally. There's a lot of easy routes we could go with YouTube, for instance, or like with what we do in our business through social media. There's a lot of routes that we could go down that could be like a really good financial decision. But we're like, does that what we want? Does that make us happy? Do we want to keep taking on sponsorships like every single video? No, we want to use our videos to be creative and like express ourselves, and I think that's been a big focus of ours for now. Yeah, and we do really like all of our sponsors. Like, we pick the good ones. Yeah, we do like our sponsors. Like, this is complete honesty, and this is not a brag, this is not boasting, this is just complete transparency with you guys, is that we probably turn down 75% of our sponsors. Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, and I think most, just to be honest, most bloggers and influencers, like, there's so much work to be had in this industry. Like, there's plenty of space for everybody, and you get so many job offers that we literally could do like 3 a day. I mean, you could just max it out, and it's not that's not necessarily like genuine or authentic. No. So I don't know, just we definitely curate them and pick very specifically to make sure that they are true to us and like actually good, and I think we made those decisions because we fell into that in the past. Yeah, where not bad, but not in a bad way. When you're trying to figure it out, like any job, you make mistakes, you know. But it's also like, interesting because it's genuinely, you want to show products you use, right? So you might use some shampoo brand, but you use another conditioning brand. Right. So you're like, oh yeah, I'll work with both of these, but then both brands want you to show the shampoo. Right. And you're like, well, wait, this isn't, you know, but like I do, your shampoo's not bad, but it's probably not the one that like I'm using every day. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, it's just like really balancing how much work we're doing, where we're putting our work and time into, what we want to be putting our work and time into, and just like an overall balance. So I was watching this interview on Am's podcast from like a few years ago, a couple years ago. Yes, and he was saying that a mentor of his once told him that he was like, I'm really struggling with like balancing my work family with like, or work with family, my kids, like kind of like a work-life balance. Yeah, he's like, I feel like I need to, like, I'm being a bad father and I need to like give up all of my goals and ambition for my career
for the kids, and I don't want to like have to give up one or the other. I want both. And he was like, the reason I've never believed in the word balance is because what it does is that you weigh two things against each other like they're equal weight, right?
Well, a balance, like think about like one of those old-timey scales on either side. In order for it to balance, it means they're both weighed the same amount. Like they both would weigh the exact same, and so you're kind of balancing my work. This importance of my work is the same importance of my kids and my family, or my life and like my happiness, right? Yeah. And it's not how it should be weighted. It shouldn't, they shouldn't be equal to each other. Instead, he said what? He said instead you need to phrase, or the word he likes to use is to create harmony between the two. So how can you like harmonize both elements together, and you should never have to sacrifice one or the other. But I guess it's kind of in the way that they are weighted the same, not weighted the same, but he's like, if you are willing to like, let's say the CEO of Google calls you up and is like, hey, like, let's have a meeting, you would drop anything for that meeting. Well, if your kid calls and is like, I need my dad or my mom, then you should drop what you're doing just as quickly as you would for that opportunity, as you would for your children. So just making sure that they are equal. It's like, it's one of those things where it's more of like the prioritization conversation. Yeah, I mean, like how are you prioritizing like things in your life that actually mean something to you? And so I'm not explaining it very well, but you guys you are. It's like, how do those things merge, and how are you harmoniously working together? Yeah. Versus being so separate and creating this balance where like your job should never weigh as much as your family. Totally. Like one should outweigh the other, but you then work on those things to like create harmony in your own individual life. Yeah. Anyway, we just wanted to clarify a few things that we've been talking about in previous vlogs, on Instagram, stuff we've been like kind of talking about together, and kind of give you all a heads up. That's kind of the journey we're on right now, and it's exciting. Like we freaking are stoked about it. Yeah. Feels really right. We feel so happy. Yeah. And like we're really like, it's not a sad thing. It's not like we're like depressed trying to figure things out. It's like, no, we're actually at one of the happiest moments in our lives, and we're like, let's like keep this joy up by working on other things in our life that can like keep pushing it and keep it growing. I think we feel like we're hit like a light bulb moment, just in that we haven't hit in the past like 5 years, and we feel like we're, I don't know, what's that one movie line where it's like just really realizing stuff, you know? We're learning a lot about ourselves and like growing, and it feels really good to kind of wake up in a way, you know what I mean? Line? It's like, you said what's the movie line, and then you didn't really talk about it. I said the movie line was, the movie line is like really realizing stuff. That's the line. Really realizing stuff? Yeah, anyway, never mind. I'll find it. Is this like a funny movie? I don't even know. I might not even be accurate. It's like in my brain, but I can't. Okay, I need coffee. I need coffee. That line was taken out of the episode. Alright, we're at the pet store, and they have all of the Halloween toys in. Candy corn. Should we get him a candy corn? Hold on. Just one more thing. We need, Hunter, there's kittens. Oh, how sweet. Oh, it's okay. That cat was, they literally just found it in the alley behind the store, the pet store. We were like, oh, we've been kind of wanting a cat, or open to it, and they're like, take it, y'all can have it. And we were like, ah. We were tempted. Hunter's allergic to cats though, but I think I am. Our friend Josh is also allergic to cats, and I think his wife just loves them though, and they have 2, and he's like, I just became immune, like I just did it. So. Oh no, I think that's what happened to me. Because I genuinely like cats too. I know. Well, like, you love animals. I genuinely like animals. I know. And so I would be down to have a kitty. Have a cat. I don't know. We're about to go to San Francisco soon. I know. It's a whole nother. We're like, we don't need another child. We already have a child. Okay, so we got our coffees. It's excellent. Mine's a 10 out of 10. Anywho, it's gonna be a great day. A great week. It will be a great. All right, we're going home. We got to start the day. Y'all, the grass is being dug up and replaced. Can you believe it? Well, they're not replacing it yet. Well, they're not. It's not been replaced yet, but it is. They're pulling it up and regreeding it. Fingers crossed. Say your prayers for us that we get new grass. It's been a whole journey, hasn't it? And they are pulling all the grass up. They're re-tilling it, and then they're gonna grade it. Okay, what does that mean? Grading it means like leveling it out.
Let's go. Okay.
So that is it for today's video. Just wanted to hop on and say thank you again to Walmart Plus for sponsoring today's video.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.